You're not craving porn, you're craving intimacy. Here's how to fix that. Back when I was 16, I was like, I know it sounds like cringe as fuck, but I was like this loner in my school. Like when I went to 10th grade, I became like extremely like quiet and shy and introverted and stuff because I had like low confidence. I had like two friends, but they like didn't took me seriously. The only people that I could talk with was like my parents and stuff, but even that I didn't do that much. I kept so many things to myself. There were like literally some days where I didn't say anything. Like I didn't open my mouth for like a whole day. Even when I came home, I didn't talk to anyone. I had this feeling that I crave like real connections and real like relationships and stuff, but I was like so unconfident. I didn't say it out loud and stuff. I always kept it to myself. And to cope with that, I watched like porn and stuff because this gave me that feeling of like intimacy that I lacked like in the real life. And I had like these like weird parasocial like friendships with like Twitch with like Twitch streamers and stuff. Like I watch every day, like I watched like Twitch stream, and I was like one of these guys who were like spamming the chat, like donating and stuff to the streamer that he could talk to me so that I had someone to talk to, because in real life I didn't had any of this. But when I got into self improvement, I became more confident, and I finally started like this NoFap journey. I got in this NoFap trend. I learned so much about it because before that it became like a real problem to me. I watched so much porn back then. It was like so hard for me to quit because it filled like a hole in me. But after I started to get like into real connections, real relationships and stuff, and I researched a lot about what to do in these situations, quitting porn became so much easier for me, to the point where I'm like 4 months clean from porn. I didn't watch anything since that, and I want to help you to get you to the same level. If you're in the same situation as I was back then, you keep on relapsing, you're watching porn, you want to stop, but it's just too hard for you, then click the link down below and I will personally help you become porn free in just 90 days, guaranteed. The reason because you're always relapsing and getting in the same cycle is because you don't actually act on the triggers that occur to you, and you need to train. Like the first tip is you need to create like a connection trigger. Like every time you get the urge, you need to remind yourself to talk to someone. May it be your parents or your brothers, your sister, I don't know, a friend or something. I told this many times before, but just talk to someone about the like random topic will fill that connection hole inside of you, and the urge will fly by instantly, so you don't have to rely on porn anymore when you get the urges. And yeah, how I said you need to remind yourself every time you get the urge that you seek connection, real connection, and you can train it with like every time you get the urge, call someone. Because when you get like every time you get lonely, you reach out to someone. Try to build this into your habit of when you feel like relapsing. It will not help every time, but most of the time it will make you act in this way and will help you fight the urge a little bit more. The second tip is, this is basically like the first tip, but for example, if you don't have someone nearby to reach out to, if you're like living alone or something, then just instead of texting someone, try to send a voice note. Hearing human voices and also your own voice can like rebuild emotional closeness, even if you are physically alone. And my last tip is, I know this sounds weird, but start to make eye contact with people. Maybe wondering why this should help me, like making eye contact. So even though, because eye contact is one of the strongest factors of feeling less isolated and more socially connected. Talking to them is like a little bit higher, but non-verbally, eye contact is one of the best things that make you feel less alone. You maybe been in situations where like everyone would like make eye contact as soon as they like go past you. You would feel much better about yourself than if you would not look them in the eyes and like just go away. You feel like you are alone, isolated and stuff. It's hard at first. You probably didn't intentionally did this outside, but the more you do it, the less isolated you will feel, and the more you have this feeling of a real connection and don't need to stimulate your brain with like porn. These were like 3 tips that helped me also personally getting this feeling of more real connection, that helped me quitting porn and doing it less and less. Again, if you want my personal help with this, click the link down below. I will help you with that. See you in the next video, bro.